Well, you're touching on, I mean, by bringing in undocumented immigration, you're now touching on the whole issue of greater immigration policy and how the H-1B and skilled workers fit into that. The conversation we had over breakfast was, why can't we just focus on H-1Bs and skilled workers? It's the best thing for America. You question about whether or not it may be. Is it even possible politically to focus only on this issue, whatever the solution is, or do we really have to have some kind of a comprehensive immigration reform?
Let me start, because I have, I worked for the White House not that long ago, and I can tell you that it is possible, and not only possible, but probable, and in fact, one of the fewer areas in immigration that you actually can talk about. Pretty much everybody agrees that we should have more high-skilled immigration. It is widely agreed upon. Actually, the folks who tend to oppose it in various cases tend to be those groups with whom high-skilled immigrants would compete, as I mentioned earlier. So I think that it's actually one of these sort of marginal areas that we could that could actually have bipartisan agreement. It's interesting to me that you've got Durbin on one side and Grassley on the other side. So this is an area where we actually might be able to fix some of the flaws that I've been stressing and that we agree on.
I mean, I'm saying there should be 2 or 3 simple things. Number one, increase the number of green cards available. That'll fix the entire stress on the H-1B system. The reason why the salary distortion is because people are stuck. They're in limbo. They can't change jobs. They can't start companies. That'll be a huge, huge boost. Okay. And then there's this per country limit, per country cap thing, which is screwing up the entire system. There's a maximum of 7% for many countries that can get green cards. It just doesn't make sense. And then we need a startup visa. That anyone who wants to come and start a company here which creates jobs, let them come and start their company. They employ American workers, let them stay. Very simple fixes, and you'll cause a major shift in the economy, and all of this costs zero. I'm not talking about trillion-dollar bailouts. I'm not talking about subsidies. I'm not talking about massive government programs. I'm talking about something that costs zero, and both sides will agree on.
So I guess the point that I maybe made implicit, I should have made explicit, is what I was saying is, I think the kinds of things I was just describing, like Grassley, Durbin, are politically possible. I worry that some of the more broad, comprehensive immigration reform, increased green cards, those are much heavier political lifts, much heavier. I'm not saying they're bad ideas, but they are. It's plausible that if Congress ever starts working together again, that they could actually work on the kinds of things we're talking about here. And what you're talking about would be good, but that's further down the road politically, I think.
I will repeat what I said at the Hamilton thing. I think it's 5 to 10 years down the road, at least.
Well, what's going to happen is that you're going to find tech centers sprawling in India, China, Brazil, all over the world. Google-class companies competing with our Google-class companies. They're going to wake up and say, "Hey, what happened over here? How did these? How did our American-educated people, American-skilled people, go there and build their companies there? Why didn't we let them here?" We're going to be looking back and wondering why we lost all these hundreds of thousands of jobs, these trillions of dollars of potential opportunities that could have been in America. That's a sad thing 10 years from now.